This is a compilation of Abraham quotes on the subject of money and abundance. Let's say you're $100,000 in debt and you want to have $100,000 in savings instead. So there's a $200,000 gap between where you actually are and where you'd like to be. It's not likely that $200,000 is going to manifest in the form of dollars in your bank account today. But you could close the gap between the feeling of debt, fear, worry, anxiety, and the feeling of abundance, ease, freedom, happiness, today. You could accomplish that in 5 minutes. It is only a vibrational gap that you have to close. And then those dollars must manifest. It is law. Abraham quote from Sedona, Arizona on March 15th, 2014. Do you understand that your manifestations that soon will manifest have vibrational frequencies? And that if before it manifests, you achieve vibrational harmony with the frequency of it, then it comes to you faster? Do you understand that abundance has a vibrational frequency? Yeah? And can you imagine what it feels like? What would the vibrational frequency of abundance feel like if you were going to put words to it? The audience answers ease. It would feel like ease. It would feel like freedom to choose, certainly. It would feel like eagerness. It would feel like clarity. It feels like the vibration of abundance feels like fresh air. It feels like clear path. It feels unlimited. It feels always flowing. It feels abundant, 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 meaning never ending, always flowing. It doesn't feel pinched off, and it doesn't feel like jealousy. It doesn't feel like worry, and it doesn't feel like fear. It feels like fun. It feels like sureness. It feels like certainty. So let's say that you're standing in a what-isness of less abundance than you want. If you can take your attention away from your perceived manifestation of not enough, and you can focus upon something else that feels like fun or something else that feels unlimited. In other words, you can use subjects other than the subject of money, which may feel like not enough every time you think about it. You can focus upon other things that feel like fun, that feel unlimited, that feel like clarity, that feel like fresh air. You can practice the seed vibration of abundance by staying off the subject if the subject calls something different from you. You see what we're talking about? Abraham quote from San Diego, January 12th, 2013. Think and feel, think and feel. Feel, feel, feel. Feel and think, feel and think. Feel and think. Feel and think. And as you sit to meditate, and it's really good to do it, sit to feel. Sit to feel. Sit to feel. Sit to feel well-being. Sit to feel secure. Sit to feel stable. Sit to feel harmony. Sit to feel love. Sit to feel good. Sit to feel alive. Sit to feel worthy. Sit to feel sure. Sit to feel calm. Sit to feel peace. Sit to feel energy. Sit to feel love. Sit to feel source. Sit to feel whole. Sit to feel you in your body. Sit to feel you in your best planned body. Sit to feel you in the body in your mind's eye. Sit to feel you in the relationship in your mind's eye. Sit to feel you in the financial abundance that you have created. Sit to feel your wonderful world, your stable and perfect world. Sit to feel your productive government. Sit to feel your cooperative neighbors. Sit to feel the well-being of your planet. Sit to feel the stability of your planet. Sit to feel the excellence of your world, the harmonics of the variety, the perfection of the variety. Make claim to what you put in your vortex and feel your way there. And sit to reach for the feeling of it until you have trained yourself into those feelings that will engender the thoughts and the others with whom you can dance your perfect, magical, ever-expanding, co-creative dance with anyone who has managed to feel themselves into the vortex where you are. Do that, and you will never again rendezvous with anyone not there where you are. In other words, shore yourself up and be who you are. And in doing so, find the joy that you have laid out for yourself, because anything less than what we have just described is not who you are. And that emptiness feels like various degrees of negative emotion, which will give you constant guidance to point you in the direction of feeling for the energy that is really you. Abraham quote from Asheville, November 1st, 2009. You could find a feeling of prosperity. You could find a feeling of well-being. You could acknowledge what having abundance feels like. You could remember moments of feeling prosperous. Or you could remember having seen something that made you feel that way. And you could accomplish that right now, in 1 minute, or 2 minutes, or 5 minutes. You could accomplish in this day the unconditioned, the vibration that matches the unconditioned of that abundance. And if you do that, and you do that often, then it's our absolute promise to you that that manifestation must come into your experience, and relatively quickly, because you'll have done what almost nobody does. You will have held the vibration of your desire and no longer contradicting it by facing reality. You see how that works? If you just heard that, you've just captured for yourself the key to accomplishing, to being or doing or having anything that you desire. Abraham quote from 2015. You can take shortcuts right to all kinds of abundance and satisfying moments if you could just capture the essence or the feeling of what satisfaction feels like. You don't have to explain to the universe, okay, I worked really hard, now I'm satisfied. Just be satisfied, and the universe will yield to you all things that match that, you see. Abraham quote, date and location unknown. This is the work. In other words, find some way to feel it. Because it must be annoying to you when we say, well, the emotion is the manifestation, so go get that emotion. And you say, well, I can no more go get the emotion than I can go get the $1 million right now, this red hot minute. And we say, well, you probably can't go get the $1 million within the next 10 minutes, but we know you can get the emotion. So what is the emotion that you're trying to create here? What emotion are you wanting to manifest? The hot seater answers, abundance. Abraham says, but what does abundance feel like? Use emotional words that are equivalent to abundance. So you just want to keep massaging it and playing with it because you can't play with those words and the variety of words that all sort of speak to it without beginning to evoke the feeling within you. So as you identify the emotions that you're wanting to conjure or create, then you can fill it in by saying, for example, I want to feel free. Now, in some cases we might have said to you, can you think of a time that you felt free? Or can you think of a time, but sometimes it's harder to go there because thinking of a time when you felt free is more specific than just finding the emotion. The emotion is really the first stage of the manifestation. And if you can get there, and you can, just by using productive words, keep using abundant feeling words. Just keep reaching for them until you find some that really click in for you. Abraham quote from Asheville, North Carolina on September 27th, 2011. Jerry asks, would you say definitely that a person with no saleable skill or talent could still have all the dollars they want in their life? Abraham answers, absolutely. Unless he is acknowledging that he has no saleable skill or talent, and therefore is defeating his own desire by his negative expectation. It's not what you do that makes the difference. It is the way you feel. Now, sometimes your doing alters the way you feel, but what is more important than anything, in the attraction of anything, is what you are feeling. Because what you are feeling is absolutely an indicator of the balance of thought within you. And the balance of thought within you is what is responsible for your attraction. Abraham quote, date and location unknown. You can feel good about the flower you are looking at, or the ocean that you are looking across, or about the smile upon the face of the child. You can be focused upon something like that and be feeling utter well-being. And in that moment of that basking, you are attracting the dollars that you want, you're attracting the abundance that you want, you're attracting the mate that you want, you're attracting whatever it is that you want. It is about vibrating and allowing, you see? Abraham quote, date and location unknown.